Hello YouTube, and welcome to my Ableton tutorial series. In this video we're going to be taking a look at how to create drums using one-shots, and this time we're not going to be using the drum rack. We're going to be using something called Impulse. This is an alternative method to creating your own drums. It's just as good as a drum rack and allows for really good drum effects. What you want to do is come to Instruments, and where it says Impulse, left click and drag that off into some space. It will automatically create a MIDI channel. We'll just expand that. We'll get rid of the audio channel. We don't need that. Then what we'll do is we'll highlight 8 bars by left clicking and dragging across. We'll right click on the highlighted area, go to insert MIDI clip, and then come down to the MIDI clip down here, and it's already been loaded in. Then what we'll do is we'll click on the effects down here to bring up our impulse. This is the effects on the channel. We've already loaded in impulse. And as you can see, we've got 8 banks. Excuse me. We've got 8 banks. We can have up to 8 different one-shots or samples in here. It's ideally suited for one-shots. So what we'll then do is you go to your samples. We'll use hip-hop one-shots. We'll go to my hip-hops. We'll use a kick first. We'll select a kick. We'll use number 1. We'll left click and drag that off into the first bank, like so. Then we'll choose a snare. That's pretty good. Put it in the second bank. And then we'll use a hi-hat. That's pretty good, and put it into the third bank. You can have up to 8 different sounds. You get more slots if you're using a drum rack, but I love using Impulse. It's a lot easier, and it's a lot easier to sidechain. You haven't got lots of compressors sidechaining every individual component in the drum track, like your kicks, your snares, your hi-hats, and your crashes, your rhythms, and your rides. And what you do then, down here, if you click on one of the sounds, you highlight it, you can play back the actual sound, so you get a preview. Then what you can do, if you want it to last a little bit longer, if you want a tail on the sound, more of a tail so it trails off a bit longer, you increase the decay, so we'll play it back now, preview it. As you can see, it lasts a little bit longer, it tails off a little bit longer. And if you want a shorter tail so it ends pretty quick, as you can see, that's down too much, it's not even making an impact now. So if you play it like that, you see that's a little bit weaker. The default decay is about 2 seconds. So if you leave it on 2, this is what it sounds like again. And if you come over here where it says volume, this is the volume for the individual bank, whichever one you got highlighted. So that'll change. If I change that to say 6 or nearly 7 decibels, it should be louder now. Look, we'll put down there. And this volume is the overall volume for all of the different samples you got loaded in. It's the overall volume for the whole range of sound you have loaded in. So if you had 8 sounds and you increase this volume to say 6 decibels, it increase every one shot in the 8 banks to 6 decibels. But if you just want to increase the sound of one of the sounds in the banks, you highlight that one and you use this volume here where it says 0.11. Then you have transposition, where you can go up and down in pitch in semitones, 12 semitones being 1 octave. You can pan left or right. You can transpose, and you've also got the velocity down here. But the things you will be using mainly is just the volume and decay. That's what you mainly use. Then what you can do, you go down to your MIDI clip, and as you can see, it's loaded in the 3 one-shots of your impulse. If you right click and go to 1/16th note, that's what you want to use when you're using drums, kicks, snares, hi-hats and all that sort of stuff. Then press B for your pencil tool or click up here and you can start laying something down. We're going to create a dubstep beat, so we'll click on the first bar. Oh yeah, to get sound you make sure this one's checked. The headphone icon, make sure it's blue, otherwise you won't get any sound. We'll put the second beat on second bar. If you're wondering where I get these numbers from, it's up here, look, where it's got 1 to 8.4. Then we'll put the snare in the middle on 1.3. We'll put it over here on 2.3. We'll put the hi-hat on 1.2, 1.4, 2.2, and 2.4. And we'll put one just there. Then what you do, turn off your pencil tool by pressing B. Highlight from where it says 3 all the way across. Make sure you're not touching any of the notes, and then it'll highlight the whole selection, including the blank space. So if you don't highlight the blank space when you come to duplicate it, it'll be out of time. Now when we press Control and D, it's duplicated it exactly how we want it. Then press Control and D again, and once more. That'll be a bit repetitive like that. So we press the B for the pencil tool. We'll come over here. We'll have a hi-hat there and there on the 5th bar, and leading up to this, on the 7th bar, we'll have a snare. We'll have a drum kick here. We'll take that snare out, put a snare there, take that hi-hat out, put the hi-hat there, there, put one here, and for the last one, we'll put a snare, we'll put a snare there, get rid of that, put a hi-hat there, and one there. Now we'll change the tempo to say 150. The dubstep tempo can range anywhere from 140 to 160. And this is what it sounds like now using Impulse. Are you ready? We can increase the tempo to 160 to speed it up, so it's not so slow. As you can see, it would make a pretty good trap beat as well. Say you're not happy with the loudness of the snare, say you wanted the snare a little bit louder, you come back down to your Impulse, your effects on the channel. So click down here to bring it up. Then you highlight the snare, which is this one. And we use this volume just because we just want to limit the snare louder. We'll turn it up, we'll increase it dramatically so we can really hear the effect. We'll turn it up, say, 6 decibels. If I can just get that a moment. There we go. Now listen, if it's the same volume, apart from the snare is now 6 decibels louder. Can you hear that? The snare is a lot louder now. It really stands out. And these days, in modern music, the snare is a key factor into making the track sound good. It should always be the drum that takes precedence of the track and the vocals. But a good loud snare is always a bonus in the track. But don't make it too loud so it overpowers the track. But so you can definitely hear the snare. Because I've heard many tracks that the snare just sounds washed out when it comes to making an impact. You can't really hear it all that well. But that's a good way of getting your snare louder, just by sheer force of upping the volume in decibels on the individual bank. Well, that's it for this video, YouTube. If it's been useful at all or you've liked it, please give the video a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. So until next time, stay safe, be lucky, Virtual Worlds, signing out.